please, you must come now.
The call came at dawn, a voice trembling with urgency cutting through the morning stillness. She's dying.
She's dying, please,
Please,
you must
come
come now.
now. Deep in the wilderness, beyond the last village road where civilization surrendered to wild earth, a giant had fallen. The pregnant elephant lay motionless in the clearing, her massive body collapsed against the unforgiving ground. Her breathing came in shallow, labored gasps. Her eyes, those ancient, knowing eyes, flickered with fading light. The villagers had found her at first light, drawn by the concerned trumpeting of her herd circling at a distance. They approached cautiously, their hearts sinking as they realized the truth: she couldn't stand. Wouldn't stand. Inside her swollen belly, another life waited in darkness, unaware that time was slipping away. Within the hour, the rescue team was moving. Veterinarians threw equipment into trucks. Experienced hands checked sedatives, for lines, monitoring devices. They had saved elephants before, pulled them from wells, treated infected wounds, relocated problem herds. But this? A collapsed mother, miles from roads, carrying precious cargo? The variables were staggering. The odds, unforgiving. How long has she been down? The lead veterinarian asked into the radio.
How long has she been
A
down?
pause. Then, we don't know. Maybe hours. Maybe since last night. Every second mattered now. An elephant down too long risks organ failure from her own crushing weight. And the calf, trapped, helpless, dependent on a mother whose body was shutting down. The convoy roared toward the wilderness, dust rising like smoke signals behind them. Somewhere ahead, in a clearing no map could find, two hearts were beating. The question burning in every rescuer's mind was devastatingly simple: would they beat long enough? The convoy shattered the silence of the wild. Trucks lurched violently over terrain never meant for wheels, riverbeds turned to stone, roots thick as a man's thigh, mud that grabbed and held. The lead veterinarian braced against the dashboard, jaw clenched, eyes fixed on the impenetrable wall of green ahead. How much further? Someone shouted over the engine's roar. 3 kilometers. Maybe 4. The guide's knuckles were white on the steering wheel. The paths, they don't go all the way. 3 kilometers might as well be 30. Not here. Not at the pace they needed. The forest closed in around them like a fist. Branches scraped metal. Tires spun, caught, lurched forward. Through gaps in the canopy, the sun climbed higher, each ray a reminder of heat bearing down on a body that couldn't escape it, couldn't find shade, couldn't move. In the back of the medical truck, supplies rattled against their restraints. Oxygen tanks. Fluid bags. Enough equipment to stabilize a patient 10 times the size of any they'd treated in a clinic. But clinics had walls, power, controlled environments. Out here, they had only what they carried. The radio crackled to life. A villager's voice, strained and frightened, her breathing. It's getting worse. The herd is agitated. We're trying to keep them back, but... The transmission dissolved into static. Drive faster, the veterinarian commanded, though she knew the terrain allowed no mercy. Her mind raced through protocols, contingencies, worst-case scenarios. Organ failure? Stillbirth. Complications they couldn't predict until they saw her with their own eyes. The trucks crashed through a final barrier of vegetation. And there, in a clearing painted gold by merciless sunlight, lay the elephant. Massive, motionless, barely breathing. The race had brought them here. Now the real fight began. The silence hit them first. No trumpeting. No movement. Just the sound of labored breath scraping through a giant's lungs, wet, rattling, desperate. The veterinarian dropped to her knees beside the fallen elephant, hands already moving with practiced precision. Stethoscope against gray skin thick as armor yet fragile as paper in this moment. She listened, counted, calculated. Heart rates erratic. Respiration critically low. Her voice was steady, but her team heard what lay beneath it: fear. The elephant's eye rolled toward them, a dark pool of exhaustion and something else. Awareness. She knew they were there. Knew, perhaps, that they were trying to help. But her body had surrendered to forces beyond will, beyond the fierce maternal instinct that should have kept her standing. "Look at her abdomen," a younger vet whispered. The swelling was obvious now, pronounced even against her massive frame. Inside, the calf moved, a slight ripple across her belly that stopped every heart watching. Life, still fighting. Still hoping. But the mother was failing. Her legs, splayed at unnatural angles, showed the truth: she'd been down too long. Muscle damage. Circulation compromised. Even if they could get her up, and that was a monumental if, would her body remember how to carry the weight? Temperatures spiking, someone called out, hand pressed to her flank. She's burning up. Infection. Dehydration. Stress-induced complications. The list of threats grew with every assessment. Around the clearing's edge, her herd lingered in the shadows: sisters, aunts, companions. They trumpeted softly, mournfully, as if they already knew what the humans were just beginning to understand. This wasn't just a rescue. This was a battle against biology itself, fought on a battlefield with no second chances. And they were losing ground with every passing moment. For line, now. Hands moved like lightning. Needles pierced thick hide, searching for veins that could deliver salvation in liquid form. Fluids. Antibiotics. Steroids to combat shock. Each syringe a prayer thrust into flesh. The lead veterinarian positioned herself near the elephant's swollen abdomen, ultrasound device in hand. The portable screen flickered to life, grainy, uncertain, but enough. She moved the probe slowly, deliberately, searching through layers of muscle and tissue. Then, there. A heartbeat. Fast, fluttering, but steady. "The calf's alive," she announced, and the words hit like oxygen after drowning. Relief flooded faces slick with sweat and fear. But it lasted only seconds. "Mother's pressure is dropping," a technician called out, eyes locked on the monitor. "We're losing her." The team exploded into coordinated chaos. More fluids. Oxygen mask dura-rigged to fit an elephant's trunk. Cooling blankets draped across her massive frame to battle the fever consuming her from within. "Talk to me about contractions," the veterinarian demanded. None. No signs of labor. Good. And terrible. The calf was safe for now, cocooned in its mother's womb. But if they couldn't stabilize her, that cocoon would become a tomb. A young rescuer pressed his hand against her chest, feeling the thunder of that enormous heart struggling, faltering, fighting. "Come on," he whispered. "You're stronger than this. Your baby needs you." As if hearing him, the elephant's eye opened wider. Her trunk twitched, the first voluntary movement since they'd arrived. "She's responding," someone shouted. Hope, dangerous and beautiful, surged through the team. But in the wilderness, hope was never enough. They needed a miracle. And they needed it before the sun set on two lives hanging by a thread. The shift came quietly, a tremor in her leg, barely visible. Then another. "She's trying," the veterinarian breathed, hardly daring to believe it. The elephant's trunk lifted an inch from the ground, then two. Her breathing, once shallow and desperate, deepened into something stronger. The monitors told a story written in climbing numbers: blood pressure stabilizing, heart rate finding rhythm, fever breaking under the relentless tide of medicine and will. "Keep the fluids going. Don't stop now." Around the clearing, exhausted rescuers found second wind. They'd been fighting for 6 hours straight, 6 hours of not knowing, of watching death circle closer with every failed reading. Now, impossibly, the tide was turning. The ultrasound revealed the truth they'd prayed for: the calf's heartbeat remained steady, untouched by the chaos surrounding it. Protected. Waiting. Then, movement that froze every soul watching. The mother elephant shifted her weight. Her front leg bent, muscles bunching beneath skin. She was trying to rise. "Easy, Mama," the veterinarian whispered, hand pressed to the giant's shoulder. "Take your time." With monumental effort that defied every odds stacked against her, the elephant pushed. Once. Twice. Her body trembled with exertion, with determination coded into her DNA by millions of years of survival. She rose. First the front legs, then, agonizingly, gloriously, the back. She swayed, found balance, stood. The clearing erupted. Cheers. Tears. Hands clasped in victory and relief and wonder. From the forest's edge, her herd emerged, trumpeting celebration that echoed through ancient trees. They surrounded her, trunks touching, welcoming their sister back from the brink. The veterinarian stepped back, watching the reunion through blurred vision. 2 hearts still beating. 2 lives saved. In the wild, where death walks beside every breath, compassion had won. Today, hope had teeth.